Let's talk about it with Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys, now joining us here on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Stephen, appreciate you taking the time on a busy Thursday for you. I want to start with the breaking news in the NFL. We're getting word that Dalvin Cook is signing with the Baltimore Ravens. How close were you guys to adding a running back like Dalvin Cook?
Well, we always look to upgrade our roster and certainly took a look at it, but just really felt like with the, the backs that we have with Tony Pollard and Rico and company that we're very pleased with what we have versus, how he would fit within that group.
Stephen, you guys did add La'el Collins and Damien Wilson. Depth-wise, especially on the offensive line, was that something you guys felt like you needed to do?
Well, we just think that front is just so important. That front seven on defense, the offensive line, and of course we got some good young players we really like, and Awesome Richards and Let's-Go. But at the same time, we, Tyron's had his injury along the way, although he's doing great now, and certainly Chuma has as well. So we just felt like it was in our best interest to, add a guy there we're very familiar with, a veteran player who's played in big games and certainly knows our room, and felt like that was good. And the same thing with Damien Wilson. We're obviously a little thin at the linebacker depth, and we're very familiar with him, know the man in terms of, his football character, what he is on and off the field, and just felt like he was the right fit for us.
When you think about some of the injuries on the offensive line as we visit with Stephen Jones here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, obviously Tyron Smith and his injury history, Tyler dealing with the foot injury, how healthy is he and how can he play through that injury?
Yeah, well, Nate, I'd said earlier in the week, Nate Newton went through this and played the next week, and everybody's different. I'm not saying that that's what we'll end up doing with Tyler here, but it's one of those strange things on these plantar fascias. If you partially tear it or strain it, it becomes a bigger issue than if you completely tear it. And, just feel like that Tyler, has an opportunity to go this week. If not, feel really good about him being available for the playoffs, but it'll be a week-to-week thing, and, not too concerned about it. But, you throw him into that mix, too, as tackle depth, and that's all the more reason why I was, important to get in the building and see how he can help us.
Stephen, going back to the Dalvin Cook thing, I noticed today that Rico Dowdle was a full participant. Does that make a difference in making a decision like that?
Absolutely. I mean, that's so important. And boy, Rico's really done a great job. He's actually a great compliment to Tony Pollard in terms of what he does. He's between the tackles. As we all know, he's a bigger back. He hits it up in there, with authority, and really compliments what Tony Pollard does. We just felt like at the end of the day that Cooks would be more of a luxury back for us in terms of, what we already have in a 1-2 punch. And that's where we came down.
Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys joining us here on the Blitz. Stephen, because of last week, we were preempted for bowl games, so we didn't get a chance to talk with you, and then you go back to the holidays. And I think back our last conversation, in your wildest dream, did you think that we would be sitting here going into the final week of the regular season with your Dallas Cowboys an opportunity to go win and win the NFC East?
Well, that's how you draw it up. I mean, someone told me this is where we'd be right now, I'd be hard pressed, when we started the season, not to take it. Obviously the goal is to be the best in the NFC and, be the number one seed. But if you told me that we were going to be, playing our last game against Washington and have the opportunity to have the number 2 seed and, home field for a game, and if we win, we'll have home field for a second game. It couldn't set up any better. So certainly, the Eagles' misfortune was a big plus for us, and we were able to take care of business against Detroit, and it's a long season, but like where we are, and we have a great opportunity in front of us.
Go get that win in Washington. Stephen, I know you're traveling today and busy schedule as always. Appreciate you jumping on with us here in San Antonio.
Thanks a lot, guys. Always great being on with you.
Appreciate it. Stephen Jones on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com.